Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing
we're gonna
I'm gonna be showing you off all my Blu-rays. I started collecting two years ago. No, I don't collect toys. Starting from the ones on my desk to my box sets to
the Criterion.
the normal ones, and then to the Criterion collection. I'll put some timestamps right here. One more time.
Boom!
One more time.
Boom!
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't put any that time. I started collecting about 2 years ago, and as of right now, I have like. You can't say that. You can't say. Gay. I have about 200 something, 250. It's out of focus. 80 NASCAR. Yeah, I love this. It's a passion of mine, so let's get right into it. Okay, so the first movies on my shelf here, we have Blu-rays that either A, I don't care about,
movie to disc, whatever they're called.
That's really funny. Or Blu-rays that I have repeats of. So we have The Jungle Book 2, 101 Dalmatians 2, Lady and the Tramp 2. They're all straight to DVD Blu-ray
Lady and the Tramp 2, Scraps Adventure.
No, Scamps Adventure. And then we have, actually, this I do care about, but it doesn't look good because it looks like I pirated it. It's the Star Wars Despecialized Editions.
That means it's not good.
It means it's actually good. And then we have Scarface, which I do like. I just have another version of. And we have Maleficent and Walt Disney Short Films Collection. Okay, so before we get started with the box sets, Blu-rays, and Criterion, there are a couple movies that I do not have on me right now because friends are borrowing them. And those are right here. And...
Interruption time.
Okay, thank you. And along with those, I also have some movies I've pre-ordered, including... Let's start off with the box sets. We have... You gotta take... You put it in front of the lens. Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings Extended Edition Trilogy.
Jackson.
Donnie Darko, theatrical and director's
What is that?
cut. It's a cool movie.
Then we have the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, the Ninja Turtles, 1987. It's like a childhood favorite of mine.
Next we have Nightmare on Elm Street,
which comes with all 7 of the movies, plus like a documentary. I'm a big fan of those too. And then we have Stranger Things Season 1.
Hey Louis, aren't you gonna mention those old ass, ugly ass cameras?
Well, thanks for asking. First shelf, we have the 4Ks. La La Land. That's it. That's the only 4K I own. Next, we have the TV shows. Steven Spielberg's Band of Brothers. I've not seen this yet.
Bad.
Now we have The Walking Dead seasons 3 through 5 on Steelbook. Those are $5 each. I bought them on the street in New York.
One good season, and all other.
Season 3 through 5 are the best seasons. That's like universally agreed.
Like the farm one.
Season 2 is literally like the worst season. Oh. And then we have right here Rick and Morty seasons 1, 2, and 3. And then we have Disney movies. We have Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Bad movie.
Pinocchio.
About drugs.
Dumbo.
You know Dumbo's like a hard, like homophobe. Next we have
Bambi.
Adoption.
Peter Pan.
Tinkerbell's communist.
Okay, Lady and the Tramp. 101 Dalmatians. The Jungle Book.
Is that Indian or African?
Beauty and the Beast. Aladdin. The Lion King. Yeah, go ahead, try to make a joke. Winnie the Pooh.
Robin.
And Moana, which I've not seen yet.
Oh my god.
But
you haven't seen Moana?
No, but it stars Krill and Krill. Next up, Pixar.
Finding Nemo.
Which is one of the best Blu-ray transfers.
You know, Dory is Dory the homicidal maniac.
I'm sure.
You know
The Incredibles. Cars. Ratatouille, which is one of my favorite Pixar movies.
Food poisoning.
Inside Out. No, it's not.
Best Pixar movie.
Yeah, no, it's not. The Good Dinosaur, which favors style over substance. Cars 3.
Pure Pixar delight.
And Coco.
Immigration.
Then we have Studio Ghibli movies. Totoro, which is my... Okay, you can say those jokes after I say the title.
Oh, okay.
Totoro, which is my favorite Studio Ghibli movie and one of my favorite animated movies.
Weeb.
Then we got Kiki's Delivery Service.
Kiki, do you love me?
What's the deal?
Princess Mononoke, not one of my favorites.
Weeb.
And Spirited Away, which I love. Okay, we got Star Wars movies. Rogue One, my favorite of all of them. A New Hope. Empire Strikes Back.
The best ever movie.
And Return of the Jedi, which is probably my favorite of the original trilogy. The Force Awakens, which is like, look how greasy the cover is. I've had this for so long. And The Last Jedi.
Oh, you have a lot of Jedi?
Yes, I do. Even though it's on Netflix. I'm quirky.
Oh, now we're in the good section.
Next up, you can introduce all of these.
Oh, can't say that. The first one we have is Avengers. You know, a pretty amazing movie, but we can step it up here. Next we have the big boy. Come on. Next we have Avengers Age of Ultron. A very slept on movie because people say, I don't know. Well, shut up.
Is it good or bad?
Good, very good. I love it. I like it more than the first one. Next we have Guardians of the Galaxy, a cult classic. I haven't seen this in a while.
It's in 3D.
Next we have Civil War, one of my favorite MCU movies. You Lewis, burn in hell.
It's in 3D. That was the first Marvel movie I bought on Blu-ray.
Shut the hell up. They don't care.
You're hurting my feelings.
If you have Doctor Strange, a very slept on movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I love that movie. Seriously.
Then we have the best MCU movie.
Is that a joke?
Guardians 2 is amazing.
It's not that good. But this one,
the best Spider-Man movie.
No, that's the best MCU movie.
But Andrew Garfield is the best. Shut the hell up.
No.
Thor Ragnar.
I thought the movie was good, not like amazing.
Pretty good. Then we have the best MCU movie.
Oh no.
We have X-Men. We have Peter Dinklage.
No. This is X-Men X2 and X-Men The Last Stand, which I think I prefer the third one of all of them, even though it's Universal X-Men Origins.
Why do you have this?
Because I want all of them.
Cult classic. Then we have X-Men First Class,
which is like the first good X-Men movie.
What? You don't have Days of Future Past?
Yes, I do. They're in chronological order as when they came out. Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god.
Where? Oh.
Oh my.
Then we have the Wolverine. He's still alive.
I actually have not seen this yet. I'm gonna wait till Dark Phoenix comes out to watch all of them again.
Then we have X-Men Days of Future Past, the best X-Men movie.
The best X-Men movie for sure.
Then we have X-Men Apocalypse.
It's also one of the best superhero movies ever.
That one exists.
Good.
Then we have Chimichanga, bro. What's the deal with Chimichanga?
Comedy goes by threes.
Then we have He's Dead.
Logan, which is probably my favorite superhero.
Why is it so thick?
Open it.
Pedophilia is kind of weird.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Try. All that hype up. Ooh. Oh, he got eczema.
Enough. Jurassic Park?
The movie's not that good.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's good. I don't think it's like, oh my god.
It was good for the time.
Yeah, I don't think it hasn't aged as well as most people think it. It's on red. Focus. So the battery died in the middle of our video, but it's day 2, and now we're gonna what? So now we're gonna continue the collection. Hopefully we know where we were. The Lost World. Yeah. What do you think about it?
It's a pretty good movie.
I actually really don't like it. I think it's my least favorite.
The beginning is pretty good.
Then we got Jurassic Park 3, which I've not seen, but I've heard great things about. It's bad.
Next we're on to this piece of movie, Jurassic
World. I actually like Jurassic World.
Pirates. Dinosaurs. Further into immigration.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This is actually the first movie to one of the best trilogies of recent years. Like after the Dark Knight trilogy, from what's come after that, this is the best trilogy. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which is even better than the first. Really, really good. And then we go into War for the Planet of the Apes, which is the best one.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't watched it.
Blade Runner, so the first one would be there. So right now we have Blade Runner 2049. I'm a big fan of Denis Villeneuve, who directed this. And I thought this was great, almost as good as the first. Have you seen it?
No. Next we're coming on to the piece of collection.
The DCEU Man of Steel, which I think is pretty good. It's fun. It's entertaining. It could be better, it could be worse. But I would watch Superman the movie over it. Next up, Batman vs. Superman, which I'm a big-ass fan of that movie. You don't have to...
Next we're on to
Suicide Squad. 3D. I actually don't think this is a good movie.
What?
I do not like Suicide Squad.
The movie's good. Oh.
Wonder Woman, which I think is equally good as it is bad. So it's like in the middle.
It's like the bad Black Panther.
I think it's better than Black Panther. Oh. Rocky. Yeah, I like Rocky.
Oh, I'm gonna win the fight.
No.
What an idiot.
Then we have Creed, which is almost as good as the first one. Have you seen it?
No.
It's the director of Black Panther. Then we have the Austin Powers trilogy, which is one of my favorite comedy trilogies. I guess it's one of the only ones, but I love those movies.
I think they're
yeah, you haven't seen a single one. So now we have Saturday Night Fever and Grease. Please don't bully me. I'm a big fan of both of those movies, and that was pretty cheap actually. That box.
Cause I gotta cut loose.
That's not it.
Huh?
That's not the movie.
Oh.
Now we have the director's section.
I'm gonna make you an offer I can't refuse.
So this is Francis Ford Coppola, starting with The Godfather, his best film, and one of my favorites. This is an amazing performance by Marlon Brando, as most people know. Yeah, it's great. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
You like it?
I love it.
Now we have the second one, which is really good, the story, but I do think it's like way too long. I think it's kind of boring in like the middle. It's 3 hours and 20 minutes. But it is beautiful. And then we have the third one, which I actually hate this movie. I really don't like it. I think they should have just left it at the second one. That being said, the last 20 minutes are like really good. Well, now we have Apocalypse Now, which is one of the best, if not the best war movie ever. One of, yeah.
I like, what's it called?
Platoon. Now we have the Brian De Palma section, starting with Carrie, which is a really good 70s horror film. This one's really good, though. It's really entertaining.
It's about a girl on a period.
Now we have Scarface. which is really good, really entertaining. I think I prefer this performance of Al Pacino more than his performance in The Godfather Part. And then we have the Untouchables, which I've not seen yet.
It's Kevin Coaster.
Now we have David Fincher. Yeah. So we have Seven from 1995, which is really good, really good.
Oh, Brad Pitt's in this movie?
Yes, he is. He's in all his movies, or most of them.
We're in a good section.
Then we have Fight Club, one of his best movies, if not his best. I've not decided yet. It is awesome. Then we have The Social Network, which is, if not Fight Club, then this is his best movie. I have not decided yet. Oh my god.
Facebook?
It's so good.
This is the best movie. This is the best movie.
Gone Girl, which is really good too.
Really good.
I think it's very suspenseful, but I feel like if I watch it again, I'm not going to like it as much.
It's like 15 or 10 minutes more than it needs to be.
The Stanley Kubrick Visionary Filmmaker Collection. Stanley Kubrick is my favorite filmmaker. He made my favorite film, 2001: A Space Odyssey, and he's made some other ones. Let's talk about those. Lolita. So Lolita is about a guy that falls in love with a 15-year-old girl, and he's like 40. It's weird. It's weird. It's a black comedy.
Pass the watermelon.
No.
2001.
2001. Every frame of this movie can be framed.
Really?
Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
A Clockwork Orange.
A Clockwork Orange, which is also really good, one of my favorites.
Then we have Barry
Lyndon, which is really beautiful, another one you can frame every frame of, but a little boring in the first hour, I'd say, and it's 3 hours, so. The Shining, which is my favorite horror film. If not Shining, then Nightmare on Elm Street. The Shining is probably the best.
He made Full Metal Jacket?
Yes, he did, which is another one of the best war films. And if you've never seen a Kubrick movie, it's probably the first one I'd suggest watching just because...
It's like conventional.
Yes, it's practical. It's not like if you watch 2001, you'd just be brain...
I saw the scene of him like shooting himself.
Oh yeah, that's a great part. Eyes Wide Shut, which is another one of my favorite movies ever. I think it's beautiful. Next up, Christopher Nolan. We have the Dark Knight trilogy. Now I'm gonna leave this one in your hands, Krill.
So we got Batman Begins, which is okay to me. I haven't seen it fully all the way yet. But The Dark Knight, which is really good. I'm still deciding if Dark Knight Rises is better. I think The Dark Knight.
I think The Dark Knight Rises. I think The Dark Knight is better, but I like The Dark Knight Rises the most.
Epic.
This is a really good box set because it was $25 and it comes with 6 discs.
Trilogy. Rest in peace, Jared Leto.
Inception. Have you seen this?
No.
It's very good.
It's like a mindfuck, right?
Like Christopher Nolan.
Epic.
Yeah, that's literally the word. Epic cinematography, but I'm not sure if I dig the colors. I don't know. And this film specifically. Yeah, it's really gray. I guess it's realistic, but I do like this film. And Interstellar, my favorite film by Christopher Nolan, one of my favorite sci-fi movies.
Space is scary.
Now we have Martin Scorsese, starting with Taxi Driver, which is one of his best films and one of Robert De Niro's best performances. Then we have a triple pack of The Departed, which is really good, Goodfellas, which is even better, and The Aviator, which I've not seen yet, but I've heard great stuff about. Casino, which is actually my favorite Scorsese movie because I feel like it's Goodfellas, but all the problems I have with Goodfellas, like they fixed it in this one. And then we have Shutter Island next, which I've not seen yet. Have you seen it?
No.
Now we have Quentin Tarantino movies. Reservoir Dogs, one of his best films. And then we have Pulp Fiction, which is probably his best movie.
Movie amazing.
If it's not this, then it's The Hateful Eight. But
really?
Oh my god.
I haven't seen it.
Kill Bill, show him the back of that steelbook. Shout out to Cody for getting me this one and the second one. Kill Bill Volume 1 is a great film.
I love Kill Bill.
Volume 2 is great moments, but I don't think it's as good as the first one. Then we have Inglourious Basterds.
This is my favorite.
That movie sucks. No, yeah, that movie's great. It's really entertaining, but I don't know how I feel about it. The first act is a little wonky.
I also love this movie to death.
Django Unchained is probably my least favorite. Actually, no, Kill Bill 2 is my least favorite. My least favorite is still really good, so you know. And The Hateful Eight, which is incredible, and every time I watch it, it gets better and better.
Is that guy in this movie the guy that's like Kurt Russell's in there?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the guy in Inglourious Basterds, like the and he's in Django, you know.
Christoph Waltz?
Yeah.
I don't think he's in there, but he is a great actor, one of my favorites.
That's we're in the Edgar Wright.
I
thought it was gonna impress you.
Shaun of the Dead, which is the more I watch his other films, I think this is probably his best movie. Then we have Scott Pilgrim.
Best movie of all time.
Is it really your favorite?
No, Back to the Future, but this is like.
As of right now, this is one of my favorite movies, and probably my favorite Edgar Wright movie. It's entertaining. It doesn't take itself seriously, and I like that a lot.
Oh.
Baby Driver, which is good. Not as good on a rewatch though.
I thought
not as good. Robert Zemeckis section with Back to the Future trilogy.
The best movie.
Yeah, Back to the Future used to be my favorite movie. I just gotta watch 2001 again and this one again to decide. It's either this or 2001.
This is my favorite movie. Oh, I love every movie.
Yeah, all of them are good. The worst one is the third, but it's still pretty good. Then we have Forrest Gump, which is Robert Zemeckis made that, and that is one of my favorite movies ever. I watched it at a very young age, and it used to be my favorite film. Castaway, which is it's good.
I haven't seen this. Oh, this movie.
I like it, but it's not very good.
The part where
the puppets,
the dolls. I'm like,
yeah.
oh my.
It's a nice steelbook.
He's like, what do you want for Christmas?
Now we have normal movies in chronological order, starting with Gone with the Wind, which is long, but not boring at all. It's very good, which is surprising because it's from the 30s and it takes place in the Civil War era, which is like.
This is a movie like Franklin, my dear. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Get about you.
Now we have The Wizard of Oz, which is.
The movie's not good.
It's not. I don't like it.
It's boring.
And next we have Casablanca, which I have to watch again. I wasn't really paying attention the first time. And I liked it, but I didn't think it was crazy good. But I'll watch it again. I'll probably like it a lot more. Next, we have Singing in the Rain.
You have Cody's favorite movie, apparently.
It is the best musical ever made, for sure.
Serious?
Meticulous.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bong.
Psycho. Not my favorite Hitchcock movie, but I do think it's good. Yeah, I said Lawrence of Arabia, which I hear is... I've not seen it yet. I just bought it for really cheap. Sound of Music. Awesome story. Great music. Too long.
Isn't this about like Nazis?
Something like that, yeah. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I've not seen this yet. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Have you seen this?
No.
I haven't seen it either.
I watched the good one.
What do you mean, Johnny Depp? That one's horrible. I'll watch this soon. Now we have Woodstock. 3 Days of Peace and Music. The 3.5-hour documentary of Woodstock, the big music festival in the 70s.
We are the Sting, my.
Whoa! Yeah, I like this movie. It's one of my favorites. That's all I have to say about it.
Next we have the Rocky
Horror Picture Show. It used to be my favorite musical. I still think it's great. I watch this every Christmas Eve for literally no reason. It has nothing to do with Christmas.
Jesus!
No, I just think it's really entertaining.
Then we go on to Christmas.
Halloween, which is one of my favorite horror films.
It's so bad. Halloween is an absolute merciless thriller. That's about
Alien with an awesome slipcover. I haven't seen it in like 2 years, but I liked it a lot when I first watched it.
I love this movie.
Woo! American Werewolf in London, one of my favorite horror films. I think it's
fucking bad.
Scariest so good.
Movie of all time.
E.T. Do you like this movie?
No.
Really?
Boring.
So I didn't know that it was like that you either love this movie or you hate it.
It looks like a nut sack.
Do you think it holds up today?
I haven't seen it because it bores me. The E.T. ride is amazing though. The Evil Gab.
The Evil Dead. I think it's okay.
Oh! That creeped me out. I hate that scene.
Have you seen this?
No, I've seen the remake.
That remake is way better than this first one.
Really?
I love the remake. I think it's actually scary. This one's just funny.
What the heck is this?
Metropolis. So this is a movie from 1927, but in the 80s.
Is it Superman?
No. It's the first sci-fi movie ever. In the 80s, Giorgio Moroder, he restored it because he wanted kids to see it because he think they missed out. So he cut it down to 90 minutes instead of 2.5 hours. And, no, we're still talking about it.
Oh, I'm bored.
Yeah. And he wanted kids to see it, so he cut it down to 90 minutes and put color on it. And 80s music with Freddie Mercury and stuff. And yeah, it's a cool way to watch it. I don't think it's better than the original. I just bought it because it was like $5.
Ghostbusters!
Have you seen this?
No.
What the hell? Okay, Ghostbusters 1 is great. The second one, not so much.
What is it about? Just people fucking hunting ghosts?
Yeah, this Talking Heads Stop Making Sense. The best recorded concert ever. And I love Talking Heads, so I picked this up. The Goonies, childhood favorite. I have a lot of memories of renting that from Blockbuster.
It kind of bored me.
When you were a kid?
Yeah, I saw it when I was going to like a New York Yankees game, and I was like, Mom, what the?
Reanimator, great Halloween movie. David Lynch's best movie in my opinion. I love Twin Peaks. No, there is sex, but it's not what it's about.
Hell yeah.
Now we have David Cronenberg's The Fly, his best film, but one of my favorite horror movies. Definitely my top 5.
Fucking horrible. Oh my.
Yeah, disgusted. It's definitely one of the most disgusting movies I've ever seen. Labyrinth, I do not like it whatsoever.
Why do you have it though?
Because I love David Bowie and I heard it was good, so I picked it up for like really cheap. The Princess Bride.
Oh, I love this movie.
I think the first hour is a lot better than the last hour. I think
I think so too. I like the scene where the poison goblet.
Sure.
And he's like, you thought I was gonna choose that one, but I.
Yeah, okay.
Condom.
RoboCop. It is better than the Terminator movies for sure. It is so damn good. It's like if the Terminator was done, but if David Cronenberg directed it. Like, it's gross. It's really good. The story itself is actually really well crafted. So this is a pretty good anime film.
Like an animated Speed Racer.
This movie is really good. It's beautiful. Beetlejuice. It gets worse and worse every time you watch it. Yeah. Child's Play. The first
Chocolate Rain.
Rain Man. I like Dustin Hoffman's performance.
Then we have the Seahawks.
The Shawshank Redemption, which is good. I think it's too simple. People say it's one of the best movies ever made.
Simpleton.
And when it ended, I was kind of like, that's it? Heat by Michael Mann. Too long.
And we have Margot Robbie.
Fargo. It was good. I thought it would be a lot better.
Independence Day.
Which is a fun...
By Robert Zemeckis.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's a fun summer movie.
Yeah, it's a throw your brain away movie.
Saving Private Ryan, or Saving Ryan's Privates.
Let me do the jokes here, kid. Arguably the best, but it does have the best action war scene of all time.
At the beginning?
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Ooh, these movies are
The show is incredible. I watched this for the first time in the 4th grade, and it made me really paranoid.
I was scared.
The Blair Witch Project.
Holy
it's
crap.
good. I like the ending's good, but most of the movie's kind of like...
One of the creepiest films since The Exorcist, dude.
You're just reading the back.
Chills you right to the core.
The Matrix. I actually find this movie not that good. I think it's like below average, actually.
28 Days Gone. Oh,
Later.
creepy.
I've not seen this. Anchorman. I've not seen this either. Yeah, I like Paul Rudd. That's probably why I got it.
Then we
Paul
have
Rudd and
King
Will Ferrell.
Kong.
King Kong, directed by Peter Jackson. I haven't seen this yet, but it's 3 hours, and I've heard it's pretty good. The Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons, they both suck, but the first one's better than the second. The Simpsons movie, one of the most underrated animated movies ever, and perfectly encapsulates the best parts of The Simpsons in an hour and a half.
This is gonna suck my...
Little Miss Sunshine. Great performances by literally everybody in the cast. Superbad. My favorite comedy. Yeah, sorry, I went dead there. Cloverfield. Probably the best found footage movie.
Oh my god.
What?
What's it called? The one where they're superheroes?
Chronicle. Chronicle's also really good. The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Being gay.
My favorite coming of age movie. I think has great performances by the cast.
Stupid.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
You have? I love the concept that it's about this kid that he makes friends with people that aren't in his class, so they're gonna leave eventually, and he knows it the entire time. But they become best friends. I think not enough people cover that topic because it's really present in high school.
Yeah.
Skyfall, the best James Bond movie, and the only one I've seen.
Birdman,
perfection. Great script, great cinematography, great.
What is this about?
It's about a guy that used to be like a superhero actor in the 80s, which is actually what Michael Keaton was because he used to be Batman. And he comes back, he writes a play, basically, and he performs it. And it's the week of him performing it. Ex Machina, one of, if not the best A24 movie. Grand Budapest Hotel.
I want to watch this
It's very good, very beautiful.
Oh, I want to watch this movie.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I adore this movie.
I have not seen the second one because I like the first one too much and I don't want it to like be ruined too much.
The best animated
The Lego movie.
of all time.
Oh, I love that movie so much. It's really
so
good.
Smart. I love movies that don't treat kids like idiots.
The Ninja Turtles in 3D. This is the first Blu-ray I ever bought. In retrospect, I probably wouldn't buy it in 3D again. But I love the Ninja Turtles, so I had to buy it. Whiplash. Damien Chazelle's best movie. Krampus.
Girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange?
Yeah, this movie's great. Mad Max Fury Road. Overrated. Beautiful, though. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. It's one of my favorite movies ever. Room. Another one of A24's best movies. Very sad. But I think the last 45 minutes or 40 minutes could be cut down.
Sad, bad, sad.
Sicario. Not seen this yet, but I've heard it's really good.
Oh my...
Tomorrowland. What do you think? Do you like it?
I haven't seen it.
Why do you say that? I thought it was really good.
Is that Thanos?
No, that's George Clooney. Don't Breathe. It's okay. It's not as good as
This movie's...
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It's okay. It's not that great. Lights Out. Really overlooked horror movie from 2 years ago, and I thought it was really entertaining. Manchester by the Sea. Incredible performances. Casey Affleck gives one of the best lead acting roles I've ever seen. Lucas Hedges gives one of the best supporting acting roles I've ever seen. And Michelle Williams gives one of the best supporting actress roles I've ever seen. So, it's all there. And amazing writing.
Moonlight. What's in a moonlight?
Moonlight. It's good.
Rest in peace, X. Oh, I want to watch this movie so bad.
The Nice Guys is really fun. Really funny. It's really funny. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Really funny?
It's just so funny. I've seen it like 6 times. It's still funny. Sing Street, my favorite movie of 2016. Not enough people talk about it. Everybody should be talking about it, but they didn't.
Oh, we have the gay movie next.
Yeah, Call Me By Name. One of my favorite movies of 2017. I thought it was beautiful. Very well made. Great performance by him. Armie Hammer does a great performance. And Michael Stuhlbarg does a great... Armie Hammer.
Isn't that like
Arm & Hammer? Yeah. A Cure for Wellness. Not enough people talk about it. A lot of people said it was bad. I thought it was great. And last but not least, in the Blu-rays, on this shelf, The Florida Project. My favorite A24 movie. I love it so much.
Why do you have books?
They're film books.
So let's go.
That's all for this shelf. That was a big junk. Now we're going to talk about my criterions. Okay, these are the criterions. So yeah, let's get started with the Blu-rays. Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. It's considered one of the best films ever made. I think it's really good. I don't think it's like, I don't know, I didn't think it was amazing. I just thought it was really good. Stanley Kubrick's The Killing, the last movie I had to purchase to have all of Stanley Kubrick's movie. Yeah, this movie's pretty good, and it comes with Killer's Kiss, which I do like. Paths of Glory, another Kubrick one. Yeah, it's pretty good. Kirk Douglas has a really good performance, isn't it? 12 Angry Men, my favorite black and white movie. It's absolutely incredible. It's in my top 5 movies of all time, for sure. The 400 Blows.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
You like this movie, Crill? We watched this the other day.
Well, I don't know how to feel about it.
Isn't it depressing?
Yeah, it's just...
It's literally Adults Suck, the movie. That's it.
Yeah, it's like...
It's very beautiful, and I loved it. It's one of my favorites.
Kid in France.
Another one by Francois Truffaut, Jules and Jim. It's about a love triangle. Not as good as The 400 Blows, but still really entertaining. Charade by Stanley Donen, who also did Singing in the Rain. I've not seen this yet, but I picked it up for really cheap.
Oh, Doctor Strange. Hell yeah.
Doctor Strange Love, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. The first Criterion I ever bought because I wanted to watch some more Stanley Kubrick movies. What, you don't like the long title?
Doctor Strange. Yeah, let's make it a long title so you have to pronounce syllables.
A Hard Day's Night. If you don't know, I'm a die-hard Beatles fan, so I had to get their movies in the best way possible. And this is the first one I bought on Blu-ray.
Does the C mean that like it's fancy? What does a
It's exactly what it
mean, Lewis?
It means it matches a certain criteria that is needed to be released in this prestigious collection. Yes. Repulsion. Or it's important to film history.
Okay.
Or it will last forever, you know? There's an explanation on the back. We'll read it later. Repulsion by Roman Polanski. One of the best horror movies ever. Great performance by Catherine Deneuve, I think her name is. Persona. The best looking black and white film. It's so beautiful. My favorite Ingmar Bergman movie. An incredible performance by B.B. Anderson. Stalker by Andrei Tarkovsky. One of my favorite films. The most confusing ending I've ever seen. And beautiful cinematography. Michael Mann's Thief. Beautiful sounds and music and cinematography. I don't love the story that much. Mishima, Life in 4 Chapters by Paul Schrader. This is the most beautiful film I've ever seen in my entire life. The visuals are so creative and inventive. It's one of my favorites. Decalogue by Kieslowski. This is a 10-hour film that every hour covers a sin correlating to one of the 10 commandments, and everyone that commits a sin lives in the same apartment complex. That's how it's all connected. It's beautiful.
That's cool.
Every single one is beautiful. It's Polish.
Is it good?
It's incredible. Edward Yang's A Brighter Summer Day. This is my 3rd favorite movie, and every time I watch it, it slowly moves up. It is beautiful. It changed how I thought about things. It's so good. It's 4 hours, but it's never boring. It is in Chinese though. Dazed and Confused.
Oh,
I love this movie. One of my favorite comedies.
Is it Criterion?
Yeah, it's good. Another one by Richard Linklater. This is the best trilogy ever made. The Before trilogy. Every 10 years. Oh, it's including Before Sunrise.
You do have this!
I told you this.
I thought you said you borrowed it from the library.
Yeah, and the second after I finished them, I bought it. Because I loved it so much. Yeah, this movie's amazing. All 3 of them. This is a beautiful box set. Open it.
Holy.
That's my favorite one, the 3rd one. They're all perfect though. Like literally all of them 5 out of 5 for me.
I want to watch them.
Okay, after Dazed and Confused, we have the modern movies. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, which is the next one. He's gonna pull out in a second. The best characters of any Wes Anderson movie, in my opinion. I think Bill Murray's. This is his best performance ever.
Bill Murray's in this?
Yeah, that's the poster I have up there.
Oh.
Curious Case of Benjamin Button, the other David Fincher movie I had. It's not as good as the first time I watched it, but it's very creative, very unique.
Impactful to the culture.
No, not really. Wes Anderson's Fantastic Mr. Fox, one of my favorite animated films, one of his best films. A great voice cast, and beautiful cinematography.
Is it really that good?
Cinematography. And last but not least, Moonrise Kingdom. This is the most beautiful cover of any Criterion ever. Just look at it. It doesn't match the film at all, but it is the film, and that's the best part. This is my favorite Wes Anderson movie and one of my favorite movies ever. And that just about finishes our video of my Blu-ray collection. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'm sorry if it was very long. I'm sure it was. Do you have any last words, Krill?
You.
Okay.